please reach out to us. We would love to talk to you about the issues that we're facing in our workplace. The passage of the U2 Music resolution is not only important to workers at U2 Music, but to all workers in Austin fighting for a fair union contract. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jack Benedict. Confess I feel a little bit underdressed, but I wanted to represent our union. We're a small team, but we're very mighty. So it's been over a year since we first went on strike over our employers' return to office policy. Now, this isn't because we just didn't want to go into an office, but essentially it was a layoff against a large percentage of our team who didn't live in the Austin area. So to be supported by the city of Austin and also our allies in the labor community, give us the motivation to keep this fight going.
Not to interrupt, but they just laid us all off.
Oh.
Yeah, they just laid us all off.
I guess we just all
Our
got
jobs are ended today, effective immediately.
Wow.
I'm sorry your time's expired, but we'll follow up on this. Thank you.
A few things have really come out about over these few days after the hit on Charlie Kirk. And that's what it was. It was a hit. And as a result, a few things has really come out about this leftist woke progressive movement. And the main thing that's come out is how dangerous it is. Because regardless of if what we saw was real and happened as we saw it, or if there's some hocus pocus going on where our eyes have been deceived, you could still look at the reaction from the left and see just how dangerous their movement is. In their reaction, you can see how real the bloodthirst is. They've shown themselves on previous occasions too, but this one they really came out like sharks smelling blood in the water. This thing with Kirk is revelation. A lot has been revealed. And people like Carlin or James been trying to sound the alarm on these people for years. I've been telling people that this is not a social justice movement for freedom and to protect the innocent and empower the weak. I've been telling people that this is a communist movement that hates freedom and despises the freedoms that we do have left. And look, anytime you hear me referring to this movement as fascist or communist or Maoist or socialist, Marxist, or any of those terms, that's me being nice about it. Yeah, I'm being kind because this movement is actually a lot more evil than any of those systems or names I mentioned, like Marx or Mao. And let me throw in Leninism in there too while I'm here. But one of the things that's come out, like I said, look at the reaction of these people from the left. Look at the citations that they cite about Kirk. Kirk said this and Kirk said that. And these citations are to say that he deserved to die and or that he caused his own death.
Take care how you cut yourself. It is more dangerous than you think.
It was chickens coming home to roost, as I've seen a lot of people on the left put it. Even singing songs co-signing the death of a human being's opinions. Like ding dong, the Kirk is dead, the Kirk is dead, the Kirk is dead. Ding dong, the wicked Kirk is dead. On this joyous occasion where our political opponent was assassinated. Or in other words, a message to the public that this is what you got coming if you speak out against us. Likened to the communist Pol Pot and other dictators who silenced dissent by way of imprisonments or executions. Other citations phrased like, but Charlie said guns save lives. I've heard a lot of variations of that from a lot of different people where they cite, where they're citing Kirk's pro-gun stance. And what they're revealing by saying things like, but Charlie said guns save lives, is that one of the aims of this movement is to disarm the public, with the end game being to make it easier to usher in a totalitarian government. Right? And an unarmed public is the main thing that enabled Hitler to march through so much of Europe. Now, what I'll have on the screen while I'm talking is something that I used maybe a bit over a year ago, maybe even a year and a half ago at this point. And I don't remember if then I used it to make the same point I'm about to make right now. But the point I'm about to make right now is that the movement we see, the one that was supercharged and received the breath of life with the cold-blooded murder of George Floyd, the movement that we've been witnessing is against all things. People, places, and things. It's against it all. Their aim is to destroy everything that they touch, including the people who they present themselves as being in defense of, hence what's on the screen. The movement is deliberately and by design self-destructive. Like all of these businesses that they've costed millions of dollars, it's all on purpose. The woke progressive movement don't even like the ones who are in it and or support it. They don't like them.
We won't.
I'm sure I understand.
The woke workers getting fired here are not alone. There are tens of thousands across the country that have adopted a mindset that everybody hates and don't want to be around. Hence the how a Donald Mr. Warp Speed Trump, who despite all the things he had against him, like his previous track record and court proceedings and all that, he was still able to get back in the White House. Because the people said no. I'd rather deal with that maniac again before dealing with this left for another 4 years. They've revealed that they don't even like their own. Like, look at the heat that their latest move has brought upon their movement. It brought heat on everybody, matter of fact. Like this thing, trans people shouldn't be able to have guns. Shit, a crazy proposal like that, if it were to ever come into effect, that'll trickle down to all people. So don't get it confused. They want Trump to lock this place up. And don't be fooled by the protest either, because the protests are only meant to inflame these situations. Because like I've said a million times, one of their aims are to have the citizenry be deemed as enemies of the state. So listen, every right that they claim to be in defense of, they really seek to abolish. And every freedom that they claim to be protecting, they wish never existed in the first place. Yeah, what they've revealed is their fight against free speech. They despise it. What they've revealed is their fight against people's right to bear arms. They hate that. What they've revealed is how big of a bloodthirsty threat they really are. They have revealed that they are even setting up their own constituency to be targeted by the government. Yeah, they have really revealed what they really are and what they've really been up to. Yeah, they're not going to reverse course, nah. They're not going to reverse course. They're going to double down, triple down, quadruple down on what they've been doing to make it worse. Because like I've said a million times when I talk about these people, their end game is to have a total authoritarian government.